So in cases where, Black families are split up more often statistically, this would have more to do with Black men than white men. This isn't even a white issue if you want to look at statistics. Same with white men being imprisoned. Black people are imprisoned more often in America than white people. In these cases, I think that it's more important to hear what Black MGTOW has to say than what white MGTOW has to say, like BIGJXXX.
Greetings and salutations. This video is going to serve as a series. I think, I'm not sure. Maybe it's one of my. It should serve as a sequel to my live stream, which is titled SBE is not a click. So I got into a heated discussion, and better yet, check out my video, the live stream called Answering Baz FZZ Response. That will serve as a sequel. This video will serve as a sequel to that live stream. But last week or so, or 2 weeks ago, I wrote something in my community post, and I was responding to Atari. And Atari, it was Atari's video, and the video was, let me try to find the post. Atari's video was talking about big truck series review, talking about, him and Ramil was going at it. So I put that in the description box about a week ago or so, about six days ago from the recording of this video. And I said something to, Don Gordito said, well, Big J, you shared the video of Sweet Life while talking about us being brainless. And Don Gordito said, well, you're not listening to the video. And the title of this video comes from his statement. So thank Don Gordito for this topic. He said, I know what the video is about. It's the same hamster wheel talking points. And I concluded by saying to Don Gordito, it's the same hamster wheel talking points that is childish, boring, and yes, indeed, embarrassing. I look at the hamster wheel, and I remember as a child watching a hamster in a you know, in a cage, going round and round and round. The hamster act like he was going places. The hamster was running so hard, was running so fast, was running in almost Olympian level speed. With all of that speed, that energy that hamster put out, where did the hamster end up after it ran its race? After it tried to, quote unquote, flee from whatever scared it while it was running the hamster wheel? Well, nowhere. Yes, nowhere. The hamster went nowhere. And this is what I see when it concerning black men on social media. We came accustomed that our voice, our appearance, our presence on social media would be the bulwark against Ebony magazine, Essence magazine, Jet magazine, the Tyler Perry movies, the Bruno, what's it called with that the newspaper article, TheRoot.com, Roland Martin, the women who hangs around with Roland Martin on his news show. We thought that, or we as a collective rather, thought that our voice is supposed to penetrate black society or in society in general, and changes will be made. You know, I also see another image while I see the hamster on the hamster wheel. The hamster, again, tries to run, tries to travel within the wheel. And that symbolizes our time on this planet. We as black men has a short time expectancy, life expectancy, I'm saying. We do not, those of us who are African American or Afro-Canadian, we do not have the life expectancy as our white male counterpart. And as we sitting here wasting in this hamster wheel, with this hamster wheel logic, we're thinking we're going somewhere. We're thinking we're traveling. And it seemed though many people seem to not grasp the point of, or better yet, let me be a little bit more controversial. And what I'm about to say, I hope people will understand what I'm about to say without being offensive. But a lot of you never learned a lesson about the death of Kevin Samuels. While many of you would talk about how much money he left behind, some of you would talk about how Kevin, who have quote unquote doing rumors about who may have deleted Mr. Samuels. Some of you may sit there and talk about his health condition, drinking all them Red Bulls that put him into a precarious position and led to his death. Y'all never factor in that we don't have time. We don't. We as men are wasting our youth. We are wasting our youth and our talent. Whatever talent we may have, we're wasting it because we're trying to address a grievance. You know, it's not so much of a grievance. No. We might as well just suit up, get into a big long white car with flashing lights and call ourselves Ghostbusters, because we're trying to chase ghosts. The ghosts of the past. Mad about prom date in 1986. To justify the logic of whether we should, quote unquote, go overseas and trick, or making comparisons to one race of a person or one group of women to that of the other. How we spent our times talking about how much a woman weighs, and especially women that we don't know. Especially women we don't know, nor we will ever meet. So why are we wasting our time, gentlemen? And I use that term loosely. Why are we really wasting our time with the shame, blame, and explain? Do you realize that what we own, what we are about, is not going to be remembered? What we are on is not going to be remembered by the future. And in fact, who's going to know that hamster has ran his race? No one. Because at least the bird would fly. At least the chicken outside will run and make eggs and crow in the morning. At least you'll know that the cow is out there in the pasture land. Even though that cow may be confined within a structure of fences and shrub and barns. But that milk is being produced by the cow. You will know that the duck produces meat. as well as the ability to fly. But we're that hamster in a cage, running around in circles. And who is going to remember? Who is going to remember that hamster in the cage? That's something what many of y'all really need to examine. Who are we? What good is this hamster wheel? I mean, one day we talk about Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie Ray Ray versus Educated Lame. And then when that doesn't work, we move on to talk about who is select and non-select. Then when that doesn't work, we try to talk about vote for Donald Trump or vote for Republican, and that would destroy the African American female. When that doesn't work, we're gonna talk about well maybe if we complain about the Monahan report, that would force women to accept black men as they are. When that does not work, then the option is going to say, well, I gave up. I'm SYSBM. Get you a white woman. When that doesn't work, oh, we're going right back. We're going right back to traveling and get your passport. Let's trick in the Caribbean. Let's trick in the countries in Latin America or in Eastern Europe or in Africa itself. Or in some cases, for some of you men who are very explorers, who wants to experiment, some of y'all go to Thailand. And then when that fails, we go right back to the Pookie and Ray Ray and you know, we act like we're going somewhere. Hamster wheel logic. What good is it? Who's going to benefit off of these discussions? Who's going to be the ones who are what child are we saving with these discussions? What man who's in his slums being put out, you know, man who served his country, United States Army, he's living on the bridge. What good is that is going to help him? But y'all say y'all saving yourself, black man. Well, that black man on the bridge who served two tours in Iraq, tours of duty in an undisclosed location somewhere around this planet, living on the bridge. But we out here talking about we want to give black men a voice and give black men the best option in the world. But what does our hamster wheel conversation, how is that man is going to benefit? How is the young man who's in grade school, you know, since school just started, is he benefiting from these discussions? You tell me. Because the only thing I see is with these hamster wheel discussion, it's based upon the big fish in a little pond. The big fish only wants to drain money or resources rather, from the small fish that are already in the area. And it's always the big fish not recognizing that reality and that time, that our time on this planet is very, very short, and a lot of us is not getting any younger. Just to take the heads up on that. Like, share, subscribe. Yes, the hamster wheel. Maybe it's time for us to get off the wheel.